Hi guys, welcome to a brand new year. I would say Happy New Year, and I hope you've had a pleasant transition into 2018. I'm sorry that we haven't been in contact with you for a couple of weeks. I have had deep transformation during these past 2 weeks, and therefore we have not been able to shoot these videos for that duration of time. But now we're back again with these conversations with Mr. Universe, as I call them. Mr. Universe is a higher, for those of you who haven't followed this before, he is a higher consciousness that has been channeled through my wife, Ava. I call him Mr. Universe as a name game. I can share that with you if you're interested sometime. But the only thing he has chosen to tell us about who he really is that he has concurred that you could see him as the principal of the school that is Earth. And that is good enough for me. I don't mind him not saying more than that. So until he chooses to say something else, we will have to settle with Mr. Universe. And the theme for this time is, as it was last time, expectations. We were talking about expectations upon others before Christmas, expectations upon what's going to happen, and so on and so forth. And now we will shift into more individual expectation, the expectations you have upon yourself and the expectations you feel towards yourself from others, and how you can handle that. And as it has been New Year's, this is an excellent time to talk about this subject, as New Year's is a time for resolutions, New Year's resolutions, where we think that, oh, this is the time to stop smoking, this is the time to start eating more healthy, start training, whatever it is. And the expectations from others, not the least if we have told people that we will change these habits this year. So without further ado, I'll leave the word over to Mr. Universe and we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome.
Yes. Well, there are at least 3 different expectations. We were talking about expecting things from others.
Yes.
And now expectations. Well, that was almost. On yourself. And expectations from others on yourself. What do they expect from you? And of course, everything is in a positive way and a negative way. And, well, expectation could be, in the positive way, a good driving force for you, motivation, helps you to dream, or they are your dreams. And in that way, or in that case, you can use that energy to create your life, so to speak. So expectation could be very, very good. But the more negative aspect of it, it's not as good for you. Expectations might hinder you. And it could give you stress, anxiety, that we have been talking about earlier. So if you have expectations that you have to do a lot of things, and you don't have that time that will probably give you stress. And then we would say, well, lower your expectations so it's possible to achieve it. Because every time you achieve something, you will get an energy for it. And that energy can help you going forward again. But when you have an expectation of yourself, or you feel that others are expecting things from you, then it's a burden. And, well, you can feel it when we are talking about it. A burden doesn't help. And, well, in that case, you maybe have to tell people that this is not the right way for me. Because if you have the feeling of something is a burden, you are not in your right source, so to speak. You are not in your inner truth. It's very simple. But if you have the feeling that, wow, that would be great, well, that could be your truth, and that energy will help you.
As we said last time we talked, I was talking about making a habit. Okay, to make a habit, you have to do the same pattern, repeat the same pattern for at least 30 days in a row. Otherwise, you'll have to start over again. But 30 days in a row to create a habit. And it doesn't mean that you have to do these, let's say it's going to the gym, whatever it is. You can start out very small, training at home, whatever, or going to the gym and just be there for a very short time. But the thing is that you don't have to do all the work, start to train very heavily, neither on your what you're going to eat or to the smoking or whatever it is, unless you feel that you really have the driving force to do it. But if you have any resistance at all, or you think this is hard, and I've tried this before and it hasn't worked, but this time I need to make it work, start out very, very small. It just has to be a pattern that you repeat for 30 days. And after those 30 days, you can start building on your regime, making it bigger, making it going towards where you want to be. But you have to create the habit first. Otherwise, you will probably get bored, or you will feel so much resistance that you don't want to follow through, or you won't follow through. So that's very, very important.
And feel that you win all the time.
Yes.
That's the most important. So we don't say that you have to.
Okay. How about that?
Because everybody are different. So maybe some people it doesn't have to take 30 days. And for some people it needs even more to.
Well, you can say on average.
Yes.
On average, it's about 30 days. But you have to feel for yourself. Of course, you don't have to follow exactly what I say. I don't have the absolute truth. I just have my truth, which is good enough for me. But and it's true for me. But the point is that you have to start building on a pattern, or not have to, but it's good if you do. And I will give you a couple of wise words to help you on the way.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah. First of all, I saw, the very fast man Usain Bolt. A few years ago, he lost a race against the American Tyson Gay. And when the world press was all over him and started to wonder whether or not this was the beginning of the end for him, he just did what he always has been doing. He just smiled and said, no, this is actually very good for me that I lost this race, because it enables me to see where I can become even better. If I hadn't lost this race, I wouldn't have seen where I can become even better. So if you feel that you fail, partially or totally, whatever it is, it's actually a good thing if you choose to see it that way, because it enables you to see, where did I go wrong? What can I do better next time? If you consider Edison, you know, the guy who created the light bulb, he tried 10,000 times before he made it. Approximately, I can't say it was exactly 10,000 times, but in the vicinity. To trial and error on that many times and keep going, you need motivation, and you also need to feel that, interesting, it didn't work this way, but perhaps if I change this little part, it will work better. But he had a vision. He had a vision of what he thought was possible, and nothing is impossible. You are the one who creates the barriers for what is possible for you. What we have thought of as impossible throughout history, people has constantly proven them wrong and proven them, no, it is actually possible to solve this or create this or do this, whether it's flying or whether it's whatever it is. So don't let other people's expectations pull you down. And as a very prominent business coach that I met a couple of years ago said, everything that's worth doing is worth doing bad to begin with. And see, for example, kids learn to walk. They don't do it perfectly to begin with. You know, they struggle and they struggle and they struggle, and all of a sudden they can walk. Now, why do they do that? Why don't they just give up when they can't do it? Because it is worth doing. It is because it is worth doing. So anything that is worth doing is worth doing bad to begin with.
Yes. So if you have too high expectations, and you see that every time you're failing from your point of view, just lower and you will succeed. And then you can
build on it.
Yeah, later. So it's more like follow what's right for you. For some people, you will need high expectations to have it as a driving force, to motivate yourself. But for some people, you can't have expectations at all, or very, very low. Otherwise, they will feel like they are worthless and
burdens.
Yes. So feel what's right for you. What level is right for you.
And remember, we do this with kids all the time. We don't expect say a 5-year-old to jump 242, right? We're happy if they just jump over 10 centimeters when they're 4 or 5 years old, right? And then you build on that. Why should it be different when we are supposedly grown up? We're still the same, just in bigger bodies. So why should we all of a sudden have these huge expectations upon ourselves that we don't have on kids? So start out small and build on that, unless you feel that you know that you can make it this big immediately. And if you try and you feel that, oh, it didn't work, oh, I'm worthless, just lower the expectations and try all over again.
Yes, and that's
nothing is wrong.
Important. It's important that you try again.
Yes.
So it's like if you are stopping smoking, if you want to stop smoking, focus on all the days or the hours, if that's in the beginning.
In the beginning, yes.
Focus on all the hours or the time that you succeed, that you don't smoke. And don't see if you have a what's it called step back. Well,
Well, if you have, if you fail,
okay, we say
let's use fail.
it sounds very harsh, but well, if you
Well,
suddenly
for most people, they will actually feel that they fail,
okay,
right?
okay.
Because they have all these negative emotions
Expectations
towards
that
themselves.
they have to.
Yeah.
Yes. So if in this case smoking, so if you suddenly smoke, we will say, well, see what happened before. Why did you do it? What emotions came first that did or caused it? Yes.
Caused you to take another cigarette.
And then you learn something about yourself. And that's important. So next time, maybe you can just feel it or decide not to do it in that way if that's what you want. And focus on the positive in it. So, all the time, see that everything is possible and you have your own level. No one else can tell you what's perfect for you. Yeah.
We've come here to expand.
Yes.
Come into this physical reality to expand. And we cannot expand unless we meet both sides of it. The more we fail, the more we learn, if we choose to, of course, the more we learn what we should not do, or that we might change something here and change something there. But we still expand. You might feel like a failure, but actually you expand even from failure, from what you consider to be failure. Because nothing is failure. It's only experiences.
And if you are in your energy, this problem, or there is no problem.
Exactly.
So
So
the expectations are out of your energy, so to speak. And otherwise it's just a motivation or a feeling, or
when you feel
positive.
that you fail, what they're trying to say is that when you feel that you fail, you are no longer in your energy. You're outside of your own energy. Because if you're inside of your energy, you know you can never fail.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah. Good ending, I think. So, we wish you all the best. Thank you for looking or watching, and I hope to see you next week. Until then, all the best and much love from all of us. Thank you.